Hey Internet, what's up? Austin Smith here with an Altoids tin that has been a bit repurposed. This is my EDC Altoids tin. Seen a few videos of these online and might be a bit tired to do a video of mine, but I figured I might as well do it. I have used this for maybe a few months now. I don't even know. But I've used it for a while. It's got some scuffs on it. I usually don't put it in a pocket with anything else, so the scuffs are minor. But yeah, I just figured maybe someone will find something different in my tin than they find in all the other tin videos on YouTube. I should note that I didn't buy anything specifically for this tin. This tin was made all out of stuff that I had already, which made it very cheap, as in next to nothing. I even had an Altoids tin already. I don't eat cinnamon Altoids. I got the tin with something else, so it was very easy for me to make this, and it's been very useful for me. So I'm just gonna go through the contents now. Let's see. First things first, we have a piece of electrical tape here that needs to be replaced, at least patted down. It keeps everything from falling out, and also it makes it much quieter to open and close compared to a regular tin. First thing we have here is a Kleenex that has been cut to fit in there, just in case. And then we'd remove that. It also provides some padding to make sure the things don't jiggle around that much. And then we see the actual contents of the tin. The largest thing in here is this little Maglite solitaire. The largest thing is a little thing. Interesting. Just a little flashlight. It's not the brightest of flashlights. This is not the LED version. But it gets the job done. It does have an extra bulb in it as well. Back in here. So it's just nice to have a little light source with you. I do have, most of this stuff is just kind of backup stuff, redundancy stuff. I do have a larger flashlight that I like to carry with me, but having a little flashlight just in case is nice. Also, if I don't feel the need to carry that larger flashlight or don't have the room, then I could always carry this little tin and have a flashlight with me. Next up is chapstick, which I use upon occasion, but not really too terribly much. Essentially it's petroleum jelly, and petroleum jelly has a lot of uses for various things. It's petroleum jelly, right? I'm pretty sure. Anyway, you can do a lot of things with it. I think treating sunburn is one of those, which might be more relevant, or protecting sunburn, not really treating it. Anyway, after that we have 3 toothpicks still in their little cellophane. That's just because if I actually want to use them as toothpicks, which I almost never do, but if I was going to do that, I would definitely want them to be clean. But these are probably just little picks. Is more what you'd use them for, but they are in there, and you never know when you're going to need to get in somewhere tiny or something like that. This is probably the most useless item in here. Someone said useful. This is probably useless. It's a little tube that doesn't want to open. There we go. And it had perfume. That's what it had in it before. And I don't know why I have this, but I've washed it out, and a little tube could be useful. I'd probably have to cut that off. Probably have to cut that off as well to make it really useful. But you know, get bitten by some small critter, you could probably put them in there. You could, I don't know, store something tiny. Okay, let's go over here. Get this mess untangled. This is an indeterminate amount of dental floss, just wrapped together. Nothing too special. Just need to tie a small knot in something. Hopefully you don't need to floss your teeth with this. That would be not fun, because it's been sitting in this thing forever. But, you know, just a small bit of cord is always nice. Got some paper clips. Need to clip some papers together. Need to perform a hard reset on some electronic device. Most electronic devices have those tiny little reset holes. There's a bunch of other little uses you can use paper clips for. Tons of little uses, 1001. I'm sure there are tons of videos out there showing the various things you can do with paper clips. This is not one of those videos. AAA battery, little electrical tape covering the contact so that it doesn't make a circuit with the outside wall of the tin. I don't know if it can do that, but I don't want it to do that and drain my battery. It's a cheap, no-name brand AA battery, or AAA battery, but it does work with the Maglite, which is why it's in here. And an unknown amount of electrical tape is wrapped around both sides. There's a longer and a shorter, or a thicker and a thinner electrical tape, red and black, or orange and black, just so that you can tell the difference. Tape is always necessary. Tape's always a good thing to have around. And electrical tape can be used multiple times, like that. Now we have this fairly obvious thing. It's a bit of a striker and some matches rolled up with a twist tie. Twist tie is fairly useful, and I think you can guess what matches would be used for. I'm looking to replace that with a lighter soon. Here we have the, it thinks the Victorinox logo is a face. This is the Victorinox Midnight Manager. This is an older version because it has a red light, which is good if you want to preserve your night vision, but bad if you want to actually see things. I don't really mind that though that much. It's got a screwdriver, bottle opener, and wire stripper, which is a mouthful. There's a blade, which I've almost never used. I almost never used blades on my Swiss Army knives. Get a nail file slash flathead screwdriver. And finally a pair of scissors, which I think I've used much more than any other tool on this particular knife here. And finally, we have, doesn't want to work right now, but there it is. It is a mini ballpoint. This thing is a bit temperamental. Doesn't really like to write, but it does in a pinch. If you have a little bit of space to scribble, it does write. And there we go. Really easy to use, really nice. You also have a key ring, which I've almost never used. I almost never use those when it comes on anything. The light is not very bright, but it does work. It is nice. Here we have a glasses repair screwdriver. A bit smaller than the one on the Victorinox. Got its own little keychain too. Not particularly useful. That ring is. I could probably take it off. But I do have glasses, and if they ever do need to be repaired, I do have a little repair kit. I need to grab the screws from that. But you know, the screwdriver is probably the most important part of the repair kit, in my opinion, because it can be used in a scenario that isn't just repairing the glasses. It can be used in a different repair scenario. There's a little bag. This little baggie contains some wrapped medication and some headache tablets and my headache medication, some pain relievers, and some electrolyte tablets, because where I live you sweat a lot and it gets really hot, and you take these with a full glass of water and it hydrates you much faster, just in case. Here we've got 2 little alcohol swab pads. These are Just good in case you get a little cut or something. Clean it off. $10. Buried at the bottom here, just in case. Run out of money. Get my wallet taken. Lose my wallet, more likely. And then at the bottom here, finally, we have 4 bandages. These aren't band-aids. There's 2 larger ones and 2 smaller ones. They are not band-aids because I didn't have band-aids at the time I made this kit. I should probably replace them with band-aids because band-aids are superior bandages to these. But if you're just out and about and you get a little cut, it's nice to be able to close it up before you head back home so that you're not bleeding everywhere. Not bleeding everywhere is nice. So let's move the tin out of the way. So we have the contents of my little EDC tin. Carry this with me 95% of the time. Sometimes I pare it down to just my phone and my knife. I do have a bigger pocket knife, but 95% of the time this is with me. And some of these items are more useful than others. The matches, not that useful. The defloss is not the most useful thing in the world. But this knife is probably one of the most useful things in the world. That flashlight's pretty useful too. So, yeah. That is my little EDC Altoids tin. If it was the same as all the other EDC Altoids tins you've seen, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. But if it wasn't, I hope it gave you some ideas as to what you can put in your tin. And hopefully you still enjoyed it anyway. Thank you for watching. Bye.